Hey guys, this is Escalator from CoinPoker, and we did arrive to the last 17. So we was expected to be on the last 18, but we had a moment that 3 players went all in, and guess what? One of them lose it, and it was CoinMaker that placed it on 24 to be the last player on to not be on this stream. So as usual, we are streaming the last 24 players that half of them will receive the money and half of them don't. So we will see who is the bubble boy from the money. We'll see who is going to have a prize on the tournament. We'll see the bubble boy from the final table, and we'll see the final table itself. So we are playing pot limit Oman, which is a little bit more complicated than playing no limit. So, and these players are very good, as you know. And if you do look for the other streams and you see these players today, and you can see that every player has appeared on the other streams. So what's happening? It's like to see what we have. So we have been out of stream. I don't know why. Our stream, I don't know what's happening. Let me see if we can go up. We are up. Okay, we are okay. So let's see. Finally, I think the stream is going to be okay. So it's not today that we were streaming with a 4G pen, but I already have the card here. I arrived this morning with the card to put on the pen. So let's see at night if you can use it. So, and I will see how much it will spend in time in terms of megabytes to see how much it will cost. So I hope that this can be the trend to be available to all players. So, and let me post on the CoinPoker and to have more players. So, and for now we are having the big stacks and the short stacks. This is like the big guys and the small guys, but never underestimate the small stacks. That's a thing that you should learn from poker, that they can surprise you. So, and we have all in more on the first place, Dago 2 Tau with 19.7. Then we have Nafis, Deep U, and Rolling Skill, Dayu 52,000, Kaka Shah 51,000, and then Canada Revolt Dark Knight but on the first 10 I think we do have a lot of names that are new to the game. So hi 1992, how are you today? So hope you are feeling the adrenaline from this game. So we think we will have a lot of all-ins, and we have one on table 3 with Kaiser Sauce, and he just put it Lily outside of the tournament. So Lily is one of the short stacks, so it's out of the game. So what we have more now, more action. So people are playing just that small pots that go for raise and take it, raise, bet and take it. So sometimes people call from the blinds and do the donk bet and take the pot. So now we have 2.5 big blinds from Revolt. From the cutoff on table 4, we have Canada on the button folding and IU, and all in more makes the call on the blind. So we have a flop with all hearts, and there is a turn, and he makes a delayed bet and takes the pot. So that seems play very nice. So what we have, all in on table number 2, and this time Kaiser Sauce against You Pay Me. You Pay Me got that bite on Kaiser Sauce stack and goes almost to the 10 big blinds. So let's see what we got. He goes for a limp and rolling skin just limps. You Pay Me checks. Rolinski bets pots and he takes it. So on the other table, the second table, Nafis goes for a raise for 6,777, and he gets a push from 13 inches. And I was going to tell a joke about 13 inches. So let's see, we have aces against ace queen, so, and 13 inches gets the double, so, but his nick stays the same, so it doesn't double the nick. The nick is not 26 inches, it's 13. By the way, you know why our nose it's not 13 inches. Does any know why our nose don't have 13 inches? That's a mercenary joke, but it's an easy one. So because if you had a nose with 13 inches, that was called a foot. So yeah. That's why. You know. And oh, we are missing something here, because I always do forget this thing. That's the start, the countdown. Oh, stop, reback, start. So let's start counting the time. We are up for 5 seconds. So in our snaz. So let's see. And we are about, this can be right, 19 play. Oh, this is right, 19 players. So this is not taking that crazy people going all in and getting all the people down of the tournament. So, and remember that this is a turbo tournament, so it is expected to people have a range to go all in wider than normal. So we have now just 3 tables. That means that we have just 18 players, so we are almost on the bubble boy. So if, but not, I don't know if we did get this message to the Facebook of CoinPoker. So if we did, and if the player is on our stream, I'm a weak player. Yes, we are all. So we will try to make all the things that all players go to play well. So as soon this week starts as soon this tournament starts to the end, we will start to make a new thing, and that new thing, it will be like a poker school from ground. So we will start a new videos, a new stream with idea to speak about how to play poker, how to start the best way to play. So what things you need to know, what kind of how you say, how cards you need to count, because you need to count cards, of course, and of course you need to know some math. If you are like a bad student in math, well, you have to study a little bit, but it's not too hard. But you can multiply 2 by 4, right? It's not bad. And then you can multiply like 2 by 4 and plus 2 and add 2. So that's a nice math. So, and there will be another things like let me see, counting outs. So you know how many cards you have on the deck. So you must know that you have 52 cards. So you have 4 kind of knives. So you have the clubs, you have the diamonds, you have the hearts, and you have the clubs. So that's 13 cards each one. So it's 13 each knife. So for that, it's easy until now. Now 13 plus 13, that's 26. 26 plus 26, it's 52. So that's that kind of math that we will talk about. So then we'll go, I have two cards in my hand and I'll see a flop. So with those cards that I have in my hand and I see 5 cards, well, so 2 cards less 52 less the 50, it's 47. So on that 47 there's my outs. So what outs that can be on the turn on the river that can help to make my hand? So that's the part that is important as well. And the other part, it's the bets. So when you bet 100%, like you bet pot, so you have a 100 pot bet or a pot bet, you are betting 100, so you have 100 on the pot, you are adding more 100 to win 200 because you are adding more 100. So what does it say? It says that this needs to pass 50% of the time to get right. So if it passes 50% of the time, your bet is okay. So if it doesn't pass, what it says, you are going to lose half of the bet. So you will lose your 100 plus the 100 that is on the pot. For the other side, the player that is getting that 100 bet, so in his mind it's a little bit different because he has 100 on the bet, he has your 100 on the pot, so he has 200. So for him to make the call, he needs to pay 100. So he needs to pay 100 to receive 200. So to make the call correctly, he needs to be right 33% of the time. So is this kind of things that you need to know to start playing correctly. So I hope that I made myself understandable, and is this kind of things that is well, sometimes you play, you know to play, and you don't need this math to know to play. But if you do know, you will play better. In some cases, you will play marvelous poker. So sometimes you see a player making in a big pot one bet. Everybody says, oh, this guy is crazy. Why? He's made one bet. Nobody is going to fold. Do you see someone to call? Most of the people go raise. Raise. That's interesting. But that's not why we are here today. We are here today to see this final table, but we are stuck on these 14 players, so we are almost near the bubble boy. So, but that's an interesting question. I'm a weak player. Every people that says that, it's a very interesting thing, and you have a simple thing in yourself that it shows that you want to learn more. So you are not hiding your that you don't know. You are not making yourself that you know already. So, and that's nice. And everybody doesn't know everything. So it's always good to listen other points of view to understand all of them and see what is the best way to play the poker. So you can play poker in different ways, and in different ways you can win. So this means that you have different ways to play poker, and all the ways can be winning ways. So, and that's it. And I think this could be a lesson to everyone. And I worked a lot with people that started playing poker, and they had big thoughts in playing poker. So, but you have to have your feet on the ground. So you will never be Tony G if you are like a normal player, and you need to have your tournaments playing. If you like the game and if you love the game, you start to play and you start to see some games interesting. And but Tony G is a fish. Yeah, sometimes. And I can say Daniel Negreanu as well. So Phil Ivey or anything, any player. So to start on their level, it's not easy because they have already a machine, and they start on the days the poker was easier and harder at the same time as well, because the poker was seen like I don't know, but as bandidos, as people that didn't was seen very well, and there were like there were dealers, but the players were dealers or something like that. So, and there was mafia and those and that and that. So, and there's a lot of things, and then we had that moneymaker win, and then we have the poker online on the internet, and then the poker splashed, and every people got, and you got poker schools everywhere and things like that. So, and now we are having another thing that's every you know, every player has a channel. So every like every poker school or has a video that you pay a lot of money just to say a bunch of things that you look to that and you don't understand, and they have a thought that you think a lot of, sometimes it's too much ahead. So, and sometimes the best videos are the simplest, and the simpler it's the best. So it's the best that you can have, it's the best you can be explained. So do you think the poker schools are killing the poker? No way. And the other day I had a question on, and we have all in on this tournament, and we had ace king against ace queen, and we had one player out. I think it was Chip Douglas that went out, and Revolt had a big win. So now he has 20 big blinds. For this time it's a very nice stack, and we have like 3 players, 4 players with a low stack. That can be interesting for the bubble, because there can be like a pressure. As you can see, Revolt can raise over Dayu to make the pressure for him to fold, for Dayu to get to the money. So, and I will get to that question about the killing the poker with the poker schools. So we have a lot of poker schools, but we will talk just about this. Now we have Dark Knight that went all in with the jacks, and the 6 from Rollish kills him. So we have achieved the money. So I think we just got our baby boy, our bubble boy. So Dark Knight today was our bubble boy. So what we'll see is now the short stacks will try to move on and try to double up. So I think this part we will see a little bit quickly, because we have let me see, almost some players are like 1 2 3 4 5 6 players with less than 10 big blinds. So I can go with your question, and we can see the action. So poker schools don't kill the poker. So what poker schools does, it's explain how you can play poker better. Even the courses, even anything that can explain how to make a poker player playing better, it's good. So even softwares like trackers, or any software like Card Runners EV, or Poker Equilab, or EC Miser, or Oldham Resources, or anything. There's a bunch of softwares. Some are free, some don't. So there's a very big lobby behind of that. So you better look and see and make the right choice for you. So, and the schools, what they give, and that it's a good thing they give to the players, the knowledge about the new tendencies, the new players, the new plays, the new things. And one of the things that it was very, very, very used, it was like every time that some poker school used a referral, it was for life. So if you had, if you signed it from a poker school to a to a poker, how do you say, to a poker room. So you can play, but they will earn some of your rake for life. So, and in return, what they give you some of information about poker. So that was nice, but at the same time, that wasn't enough. So, and that deals, it came to an end. So what happened, it was most of the schools finished. So they didn't got more pennies. They didn't got more cling. So they can't afford to stay on the market. So, or they go for other sites and make the client to pay some money for some content, and that content must be good for the players to pay. And you have some schools that have some of that, or you have like some videos that are, I think I have some videos that are old enough, that are maybe from my grandfather, that are still on the market, and they are selling like brand new. So if you see that, that doesn't make any sense. So what you need, it's a new content, it's a new and renewable players that have content for you. So, and here what we are proposing, it's like everybody on coin poker is probably the players, the people on the coin poker can do. Of course, it's easier to do the basics. So, but to do the best stuff and the best things with the big thoughts behind, well, you have to have a thinker, someone that thinks on the game. So it won't be good for you to have someone that have a subject about, for example, why those guys on the button that go all in every time. Why? Is there a reason to do that? Can you explain me why they do that? So, if I can explain you why they do that, wouldn't be great? If you do that and you know why you do that, isn't that a weapon that you can use? And if you know that that's a weapon, and if you are on the big blind, that you can have another weapon, that is, this guy is doing this kind of play and I should do the counter weapon. So that's another weapon. So we are on the game that you think you achieved one moment. Well, if I do this, it's okay. And he goes, he finds the other way to go and defend his big blind. And now he goes and finds another way to defend in other way. So that's those kind of things that we should think. So with that, that's a lot of things that we can provide. So with that being said, that's what we are trying to do along with the stream. So we have the stream, so for following these final tables, so you can see, of course I can play as well, and some of the plays I can explain. I do mistakes, I'm not perfect, so I'll try to do my best as always, and as always I probably will do the worst mistakes that you can see in the best streams that you can watch. So and in the worst streams that you can watch. So period. So what it's you can talk, we can talk. So if I'm wrong, I admit that I'm wrong. So what I'm trying to do, it's on the next time I'll try to fix my error. So that's why I am trying to play the less tables that I can. I just playing 2-3 tables that I play. I'm not playing like a bunch of tables where I just cannot remember what kind of hand I was playing. So if I'm going to play a tournament, I have some things that I need to do. So there is some tricks to do about playing poker. You know, the players of football, before they play, what they do? They warm up. So a poker player must warm up. So if you don't, you must. So that's one of the things that is very important. So about Tony G being a fish, Tony G is a player from the high stakes. So is normal to play with the best players in the world. So I'm not here to defend if he's a fish or if he's not, but one thing that he can do, he can go on the head of every player and go in his mind, and that's not every player that can do that. So and that you can go and see that even Daniel Negriano, you see him guessing the hands. Oh, you have that, yes. And probably when he guesses, you see, oh, I guess, I know you have it. So he's like in other form, using his ability to play against him. So now we have the queens against, and the 9 gets there. JB. Oh, against Nafis, and Nafis gets to 30,000. So he was the ship leader. So we have Rollins skiing. Oh, now we have Docty, Debut, Alan Moore, Canada. They are all players that we know. And Canada pushed a rabbit on the river, so that's how we do it. We are 7 players. We are now on the final, on the bubble boy or the final table. So boys, watch out, because the next player will be receiving 18.4% of an Ethereum. So that's nice. So we have JB against Dago Tai. He goes for a half pot on the river. So what we have now? A limb from Dagoti, Nafis with 21,000. What he's going to do is just limps. So limp on the flop. He bets 6,000 on 18, and he goes all in, and he doubles up. So he played like in a trap way that 3, so he could double up that stack. So Debut are now all in against Canada, so he goes for a wrap, and he does make the straight, so he doubles up. So now we have Nafis making a 3.5x from the button. So he's almost on the 10 big blinds. You have all in more on the big blind, just calling on table number 2. So let's see what it happens. So Debut checks, Ducktown bets, Walensky calls. While we have fireworks on table 1, do we have check? So 8,000 on a pot of 87, so that's 1 big blind. Remember what I said. What happens if someone bets 1 big blind? 92 Nafis. Do you remember what I said? What happens if someone bets 1 big blind on a big pot? Do you think someone will call? Imagine that. No way. You don't take that easy, that pot. And to make that one bet with the nuts, I just saw one person doing that. So we are still on the bubble. Now, all in more, I think is another Nafis push. I think it's 31,000. If he gets action from the blinds, is all in mode. So now I think it's the best way because JB is on the big blind and it can pass better the push from him. So a mini raise from Relish King. JB calls. Just a bet of 16,000. That's the minimum that he can bet. A call for JB. Wow, now that's half of his pot, his stack. So he's all in mode. So he's on the top set. So he was like on a trick spot, you know, with that hand. If he does a push, probably Rollins is folding, but all in more is like that stack is getting slowly is getting two big blinds now. Now, Canada just goes for a jam over both players. I don't know. DBU if he's going to call. It's half of his stack. So I think both players are there with a big problem against Canada. Canada is a dangerous player. So now I think he's jamming Canada. So I think in his place he had so good odds to jam over both players. Or they can go check and do the cooperation play. So that's very interesting. So we are forming the final table, and for now we are on the final table. Just let me put the final table here, and we are now just seeing what is going to be the 6th place until the 1st place. So guys, we are on the final table. So let me put here final table. So now we have a ship leader. As ship leader, we have Ralishki, Canada in second, Dagut in third, JB in fourth, Debut in fifth, and Nafis in sixth place. So let's see what we have. Nafis has 4.4 big blinds and is getting the big blind on the next hand. So Debut is pushing there, I think. So it passes. Now Canada, what is going to do? Does he have a hand to pay Nafis? JB goes to Nafis and he folds. So, but he stays in the game with 2.7 big blinds, more the small blind. Canada goes there and is taking some advantage of the Nafis stack. So everybody is waiting for Nafis go down and Rollins raising. Check, check. He bets like off pot. Dagut raises. And Dagut just makes that raise. And Rollins don't waste any time. And he goes for the max pot. And Dagut just folds. So that was a play too quick. So we have all win from Debut and JB with 52,000 is going to call. So we kings against aces, but the kings has the flush draw, so JB has the flush and makes the flush. So with the sixth place to Debut, he has 23.2% of an Ethereum. So with that play, we have the players going up on the prizes. So Nafis with 22 is folding. Next time we will get the big blind and 10,000 to pay any all-in. So every player is on the prize with the eye on the prize, better say. So So, oh, I didn't saw, but I think Nafis got a walk on the big line. So that was nice. So we do get another war on the blinds on this orbit, which means that this doctor can be in some way with some problems if she is looking for the payouts. Now we have a raise, a call from the small blind. Canada does a call as well. So Dagut goes for a bad pot. So I don't think she has the flash, because if she has the flash, what she could have. Oh, she has the flash, but never the nut flash. That's the way. Okay. So Canada just goes all in, and I think he's there a little bit of and good game for Nafis, and it places in 5th place, and I think on Canada is a little bit of tilt on that hand, because in the way I see, if Dagut goes all in, she's not, she shouldn't be paid for a hand that is not nuts flash. So being paid with a set, well, it's a gamble. So that's not bad, but a set that can be improved, well, if you go to see the odds, you have 3 outs from the 2 cards and 1 out from the set. So you have 3, 3, 1. So that's 6, 7, 28%. So and more a backdoor. So if you have 32%, that's a maximum. So you are never putting your ships on the best time. So now we have rulings against Dagut. I see JB here is so cool playing, is watching the game, and everybody's trying to play, and is there with the stack that isn't great, but it's enough for him to make the double up when he's needed. He's waiting for the hand, so he's making a good play, I think. So he's just waiting for his moment. So call, makes a call. So he does make a call, wins the pot. So I don't know, but it's like do it with style, and I wouldn't admire if he would be like slowly doing the game of the other players killing themselves, and after that he goes for the kill. So that doesn't he, so let me see, because I think I have here a little problem. Okay, that's nice. Let's solve it. Okay. All right. So, but all the players that are here are playing very well. Canada, if he gets a good run, he can go for the win. So Dagut has already seen that she's more for the raise, and if you miss a C bet, that the pot is the board is not yours, she can kill the board for you. So you better watch out when you do a C bet. So I'm saying here because of the avatar. So So what we have here, Canada against JB. $252 for JB. is on the small blind, the 2 is limping. Canada is folding. And we have a limp pot. Oh, sorry, I was looking for the other side. And Dark T just goes out of the tournament, and I believe that Ruling Sky just made the play to the Rulings go to the rail. So now we have 3 players, so let's see. Canada is a player that are used to play these finals 3-handed, so he has some collections of firsts and seconds. So Rulings just completes Canada. Checks. The board comes just clubs, 9, king, 4. So and now Rollins bets. That's enough pot bet. Canada calls. So the pot stays at 95. Rollins checks. And now I look to Canada bet like a small portion of the pot. That could mean 2 pairs and some small straight, small flush. I don't know. So what do we have here? Oh, both players folding. JB folding. Rollins just calling. Canada is raising. Canada, as he goes for the bet. Yes, 95, and we get a win. So queens and Rollins gets a big bite on his stack. So now we have Canada as ship leader. So he goes against the jibe. So I don't know, but we get all in, so that's 2 pairs for JB, but isn't enough because the Canada makes the trip, so JB makes the 3rd place and it takes 0.51 Ethereum's home. So now we are on the heads up for 1.2 Ethereums, and both players have already earned 0.8. So let's see who takes the title. And this is like a lead from 2-1 from Canada against Rollins. So let's see what's happening. No, Rollins gets the bet 45 and gets the job done. Connection to normal. Connection to normal. And he gets the pot. So now we have what we have. Oh boy, we have Rollins making the straight and getting the lead. So I think this is changing direction. So now we have Rollins on the big line, just checking. So Rollins betting again. Canada with the 247 doesn't have many things to do. So Canada is thinking a little bit what to do with his hand. Does he gonna raise? No, he just folds. Rollins calls. Rollins calls and now we have the pot with the 56, so that's a quarter of the Canada stack. So 28,000. Well, that seems that he wants a call. I don't know. That's Canada will call. No, he don't. So now we have a lead about 3.5 to 1. So that's Canada is going to be a little bit wide. No, he just folds, and Rollins goes almost all in. So he's putting like Canada in all-in mode. So he's like playing aggressively on the heads up. So Canada, what are you doing now? He goes all in and Rollins folds. So what about now? Just a call from Rollins. And Canada? Checks. The board is rainbow to Jack King. So what do we have? What do we have? A check. What more? $25,000. So what do we have here? This could be a fold. Yes, it is. So now the blinds are on the 30,000. I think this will be like all in and fold. So we have an all in for Canada. So and another call. What we are going to have 10 big blinds, so a lead from 2 to 1. Rollins waiting for the decision from Canada. Canada just makes that call on the blind. And he bets on the flop and takes the pot. Rollins calls. So he goes for 34. That call from Canada is very tricky. So I won't be surprised if he does shove over the bet on the turn over rally scheme, or even if he does bet on the river. So I think Canada has something here to say on this. So that was what I thought. So So we are still battling for the title of the 11th day of the Ethereum Reloaded Madness. So we are getting to the end of this series. So we just have more 4 days, and the last tournament, it will be on May 6th. And in the May 6th, we will have a tournament for 20 Ethereum. So get ready, because this will be a big tournament ever on the internet for the crypto world. So the crypto poker is raising. So watch out. Coin poker is earning points, and our community is getting bigger and bigger. So guys, we have so much surprises that we would like to share with you, but we will share at its time. So we cannot share with in all at once. So be aware that we have our Facebook, we have our Telegram, we have our Twitter. So we have all these channels of information, so be aware. By the way, we are on the final table of the PLO of the day 2 of May, and we have the 2 players, Canada and Ruling Skin, and they are all in once more, and I think Canada just gets the stack done, and we have the confirmation on the other. Oh no! Lawrence just wants the last spot. But guess what? It was more than one big blind, so Canada will push and pay that big blind. So Canada has the trips and the full house for this tournament, and we have the second place for Rollins and the first place for Canada. And in this way, we just finished our 11th day for the Ethereum Reloaded Madness. So I hope you did enjoy it, and this stream has been awesome as you can see. And don't forget today that we have at 16 o'clock at European time the 10 ETH tournament, and we will be streaming as well at the last 24 players. So until there, I wish you all the luck and good luck at the tables, and be safe, man. See you, bye, and be safe.